Hello. In this video, I will be discussing the definitions of death and how death is determined. There are two main definitions for determining death. Those are cardiopulmonary death and neurological death. Cardiopulmonary death is when all cardiopulmonary activity, such as a beating heart or breathing, cease irreversibly. One of the main issues with this definition of death is with modern technology. Modern systems such as life support are able to maintain cardiopulmonary activity completely externally of any input from the patient's body. These systems are able to maintain this activity even if the likelihood of survival would be 0 when the systems are removed. They are also able to essentially indefinitely maintain these systems as long as a power supply is provided. The second definition for death is neurological death, which is also known as brain death. This is when all neurological activity ceases irreversibly. One of the main issues with this definition is that the brain is not needed to maintain all biological functions. Many, if not most, biological functions are able to continue without any input from the brain, and with technology such as life support, this activity can continue for long periods of time. Also, a brain-dead individual will not appear to be dead from an outside perspective, since systems such as breathing and pumping blood can be maintained without any input from the brain. Brain-dead patients can still appear to be alive and appear to be more like someone with another neurological diminished brain functioning, such as a coma. Both of these are socially constructed, as the exact moment of when death occurs is not currently known, and it may never be known if it even exists. It is unknown if death occurs at a single moment or if it occurs over a period of time, and very little about death, the process of dying, is known. Because of this, both of these definitions were created to give a working way of determining when death has occurred. This socially constructed aspect can be seen with the recent transition from cardiopulmonary death to neurological death being the main working definition. Organ donation complicates both of these definitions, as organs will provide the most use if they are taken out as early as possible. However, the organs cannot be removed from a living person. Since so little is known about when death occurs and at what point one is dead, it is unknown whether or not organs are removed while the patient is still alive, or if they could be removed much earlier as the patient died much earlier. For example, if neurological death is correct in determining when death occurs, and an organ donor experiences neurological death, however, the caregivers wait until cardiopulmonary death to begin to remove the organs, it could result in the death of a potential recipient of those organs, as they would have to wait longer to receive potentially life-saving treatment. However, if neurological death is not correct at determining when one dies, in this same example, and instead of using cardiopulmonary death to determine when to start removing the organs and instead use neurological death, the organs could be removed from a living patient, which would be unethical, as they would be killing the patient in order to harvest organs off of them. Thank you.